Hey, I'm Shanda Golden, and you're in the vault. We're on a field trip today. We're hanging out with my new friend, Brian. How are you?
Are you related to Raquel Welch?
Oh, you're so sweet. I love that you said that. What a charmer you are.
It's true. You look like her smile.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate you writing such a great book, right?
Thank you.
Brian Welch, With My Eyes Wide Open. Everybody's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do that, too.
I did not come up with that. Like, people are taking pictures of their half the face, and there's some really good ones, but I didn't come up with it. My manager did. He's like, hey, can you get some of your rock star friends to do a picture of their face? And I was like, no, I didn't get one. And he's like, well, we're going to try to get your fans to do a couple of them then. So, and it caught on, so it's pretty cool.
It is. It's super clever. I need to do it.
Do it.
You
Come
take
on.
my picture.
And put it on Instagram, then I'll retweet it.
All right.
Repost it. Whatever.
Cool. So, excuse me. Your book begins rather heavy in your prologue. It begins with your daughter, who is 18 years old right now, and she was cutting. Right? She was doing some self-harm.
She was doing a lot of stuff, and that was one of the things that came up onto the surface that showed me there was a lot of other problems.
Mm-hmm. So, what advice would you give to parents that are struggling with something like that? Because it is a shock for a parent to discover that and go through. I think in some ways it's worse than drugs. I do.
I would just tell them to do anything and everything you can to get help for your kids. And in my case, it was tough love. It was, I got counseling first, and I tried that, and it worked. It was like a Band-Aid, and then it got worse after that. And so I had to find a counseling place, a live-in counseling place / boarding school / new family, and it ended up being amazing. But she freaking wigged out. She was getting ready to bolt for the door, and because I had to do it I had to surprise her because she threatened to run away if I tried to do that.
Right.
So yeah, it worked out though. She's doing great.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So in the book, you're very, very honest, and you talk about going through bankruptcy and the betrayal of friends, people using you, scamming you for your money, and everything else. What do you think with this book over now and going forward back into corn? What do you think you've learned the most about yourself?
Just that I don't give up very easily, and that I persevere, and I got a lot of fortitude, and I can take a beating in life, and still keep going. So I really like that about myself.
Right.
My weak points are sometimes anger, and just being. It used to be rage, like a lot of rage, but that's pretty much gone.
How do you deal with the rage? Because you wrote about your rage in your first book.
Yeah.
And so what have you done to kind of combat that? I know you pray. We're both Christians. I know you pray. But what else are you doing with that? Because that's a hard thing. That's like anything else, like alcoholism, anything, right?
I usually just punch people in the face.
Okay, start with Brandon.
Okay. Brandon's behind the camera. No, honestly, I prayed so much, I was like, I'm going to stop talking to you about it, God, because it's still here, and I'm sick of asking you to do it. And then when I stopped, it's that's when I got better.
Right.
So, I don't know. It's just, you got to, I just had a really bad big party past. So it was like, I wasn't doing that anymore. And so these real strong feelings came to the surface, and I had to deal with them without drinking,
Right.
So it just takes a while, man.
How long have you been clean and sober?
Well, 11 years.
Nice.
With a couple falls.
Okay.
Where I was like, hey, I'm going to have some wine. I'm not an alcoholic anymore. 2 months later, I'm doing whiskey shots and just throwing up in the morning. And I'm like, all right, better stop this. So, but even the whole time when I was drinking off and on that 2 months, I was like, you know what? I don't even like this.
Right.
But I've been good for so long, I'll quit next week.
Yeah,
that's
what
I did.
Release.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's no big deal because
Right.
I knew it wasn't going to be a problem because I didn't really like it. So.
So, do you think with everything you've experienced that you've come out a better guitar player?
Yeah, definitely.
How so?
I mean, it depends on who you ask, but for me, I just think I'm clearer,
Yeah.
and maybe the stuff doesn't sell as well as it did before, but I love my playing, and I love.
Mm-hmm.
Before it seemed like I would just get wasted, and it would be lucky. Like a riff would come and be lucky. Now it's like I really feel the music,
Right.
and so yeah, I feel like I'm better, and I feel the biggest reason is because I can feel the music better, and it's like that's really important to me.
Mm-hmm. Now so you've dedicated. Your daughter's 18 years old right now,
Mm-hmm.
and from everything I've read, it sounds like you're single. Are you open to falling in love and having some time for yourself? Because you have spent so much time just dedicated to your child. She's an adult now.
Yeah, totally. Um, I'm just happy how I am. I've been single for 16 years, and I feel like I'm one of those like little spiritual monk dudes,
Mm-hmm.
and I really love my alone time, and I'll never say never, but I'm not looking, and I'm not. I did look a couple times, and I just realized that I'm a different type of dude.
Well, what do you look for in a woman?
Someone that controls me and abuses me and hits me. No, that's my past relationships. I don't know. Just someone that's really
She has to be a Christian.
someone that's really spiritual. Yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just I'm not looking for it though. It just would have to happen naturally because I'm not really looking for that. So.
Well, I hope it does happen. You're a lovely man. You
Oh,
should
thank
have some
you.
love.
I appreciate it. I got a lot of love.
Okay.
But I'm like, with my fans, with God, and I travel so much. Like a relationship would be like horribly hard because I'm never one place at the same time,
Right.
for long. It's just, I mean, people do it. My bandmates do it and everything, but I kind of I did that. I was married, raised a daughter, and had a family. No. So I'm just, yeah, we'll see.
Cool. Any more books in the future?
I don't have any plans right now. Like books are hard, and I'm glad I wrote them, and they're doing a lot of good. They still are, even my first one,
Yeah.
But I'm really proud of them. But I think maybe when I have like gray hair, I'll
Mhm.
do another one.
So after this show, are you going to go out and witness to fans?
Well, you know what I like to do? I just be real with them.
Yeah.
I just go out there and say, hey man, I used to like just do everything my own way. I'd get wasted back there, or I could go back and put my feet up, take a shower, watch a movie. But I care about you guys, and I want to hang out with you. And I'll tell them, this is who I am before. I was miserable. Tell them the story, and I found Christ, and I found like real pleasure, and I smile for real now, and I care about others now, and I'm like, if you want this, you can have it. You don't have to have it, but I'm here, and if you want it, pray this with me.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, then I just hang out with them and take pictures and give them pics, and that's it. So
Right.
it doesn't matter. Maybe it's a seed in their mind. In 10 years, it'll sprout. Maybe they won't want it ever. But my motive is for loving them and nothing else. I'm not trying to convert them. I'm just sharing my life with them. So, yeah.
Do you have a favorite book in the Bible?
Ooh, I really like Colossians.
Okay. Why?
Because there's a lot of supernatural stuff in there where it's like, Christ actually lives in us. In the Old Testament, God lived in the building,
Mm-hmm.
but in the New Testament calls our bodies the building.
Yeah.
So He lives in us.
Mm-hmm.
So it talks a lot about that in there, and just the supernatural stuff I really love. So that's my favorite book.
Cool.
And you know what? Galatians, Ephesians, Colossians, and Philippians, I think. But those are some of my favorite books in the New Testament because it's like, and to remember it, it's go eat popcorn.
Oh,
Galatians, what? Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians.
I'm going to share that with my Bible study group.
Come on.
Yeah, for sure. I meet with these beautiful women every other Wednesday for my Bible study.
Wow.
And they don't really know who you are, but they know who James Hetfield is.
They do?
Yeah, they love them. They love them some James Hetfield.
So James Hetfield has Jesus tattooed on his forearm.
Is he a Christian?
He is something because
Okay.
he got sober. I know his mom was into. I think his mother was into Christian Science,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember right.
Yes.
But so I mean, God's doing something in him.
Okay.
So yeah, I just don't know what it is. I'd like to ask him next time I see him.
Well, there's a lot of us Christians in the music industry.
There really is. It's like at first I felt like I was just a weird one,
Mm-hmm.
but I did, I was like rocking on stage with Korn. The next day I'm on Yahoo, and the biggest downloaded picture that day was Korn guy in a white robe and a beard getting baptized in Israel. So
Yeah.
I was a little bit extreme and weird, but that's okay.
But that's in the first book.
Yeah, that's what meth will do to you.
Yeah.
Don't do meth.
Well, I'm going to let you go. I really appreciate your time. It was such a pleasure meeting you, and I loved your books. I really do. I'm looking forward to doing your devotional.
Right.
Because right now, like I said, I'm doing the Beth Moore one. Excuse me. I'm doing the Beth Moore
I love her.
devotional. Yeah, she's good people.
I would love to go to your study if I didn't tour and travel and go to a different state every day. So tell all of them I said hello. And
you tell them right here.
yes, hey, I love the Catholic Church. I read a lot of.
Oh no, it's not it's not Catholics.
My bad.
And we meet at the
You said
Coacher.
you're Catholic.
I am. I was born and raised Catholic, but I'm now worshiping a Christian church. I worship
cool.
at Sparks Christian Fellowship.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but I like I respect all people,
Me
and
too.
we have Jesus in common.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that are like, I'm from the Catholic Church, and I get it. I'm from a non-denominational. I'm a Baptist. I'm like, shut up. Let's all get along.
No, in my Bible study, all of us have different religions. There's one woman. Yeah, she's a Mormon. There's all of us. We're all in there.
That's rad.
So, but we would love for you to
think-
come and join us.
Yeah.
I think you'd get a kick out of
I
us.
would love to, but I travel too much. So keep doing what you're doing, ladies.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Peace. Buy the book. Oh, one more thing. When's the Korn album coming out?
October 21st, and we're really excited. It's really energetic and just heavy, 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 but it's got a lot of passion in it.
And the title?
The Serenity of Suffering.
Okay. I like that.
Jesus suffered pretty bad,
He did.
and so, but he got a reward for it, and so do we.
So do we. Yeah, Jesus saved my life. I just pulled myself out of a 2-year depression after
Yeah.
my mother died. It was
Wow.
heavy. I gained a bunch of weight. Brandon can tell you. I didn't get out of the jumpsuit that I had. It was horrible. So really, I had a really tough time. And I prayed and prayed on it. And I still couldn't get out of that bed. And then one day, good Lord got me out of my bed.
It's
Back into action again.
you got wings again, and sometimes there's something that he's working in us when we're in that cave, and so he's working in something in you, and you're going to use it for the next the decades of your life.
Yeah.
And you know what, you're going to get something from that suffering that you wouldn't have gotten if you wouldn't have gone through it.
Right.
You're going to have a blessing from it. So
Well, I'm
awesome.
here now. This is a blessing.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.